Ever heard anyone say something like this? I trust him, or I trust her, or maybe don't trust him, and I really don't trust her, or I trust them, I trust that group, that team, that organization, but I don't trust this other team or organization. And that seems to be the key word, is trust. Trust is something that is easily withdrawn from relationships and leadership. It's also something that is not so simply deposited. So trust is the key word, but that's really not the place you start when you talk about trust. We're going to talk briefly about 4 spheres or 4 levels of leadership in relationship that can make or break any person, team, or organization. But where does trust really stem from? Where is it rooted in? The very first place that it's really rooted in is in the individual level. Individually is the question and the key word is, are you trustworthy? And so the question is, are you a trustworthy person? Let me say this, that trustworthiness really has 4 components. So we're going to write the word trustworthy here. Are you a trustworthy person? And what it means to be trustworthy has 4 key components. Trustworthy is very, very important, because if you're trustworthy, that means you have 4 things. You have character, you have competence, you have calling, and then with people, there is a chemistry. So let's say in this level of leadership or relationship is being trustworthy. Are you a trustworthy person? The first piece is character. Character is who we are. Our character is who we be on the inside. That's who we are. And that's really who we are, who we be. This is very, very important, because internally there's these things that need to be built into our life so that we are people of character. We are people of integrity. We are people who are closing gaps, what I would call hypocrisy gaps, between the things that we say and the things that we do. They actually match up. So we are people of character. Competence is what we do, or really how we act. And what that means is that if we're a competent person, we act and behave accordingly. So character is what we are. And these are really our, I would say, our beliefs. And then competence is what we do and how we act. So this is our behaviors that follow up. Character is who we are and be. It's our beliefs. Competence is what we do and how we act. And in that, these are our behaviors. Now remember, we're human beings, so we need to be before we do. We're human beings, not human doings. But these are 2 integral foundational pieces of being trustworthy that moves us to being people of trust. Then the next is calling. Calling is really our vocation, or really our voice. It's this, a lot of times people associate this specifically with the church, but everyone who has been fashioned for a purpose and a reason and a calling. So there's this calling and there's this purpose that we've been called to envision. And sadly, many people never really fully realize that, never fully even get in that sweet spot that they've been called to and enjoy that. So being a trustworthy person means that we have character, is who we are and who we be on the inside. It's our beliefs. Competence is what we do and how we act, and this is the behaviors of who we are on the inside of our character. It's expressed through our competence. Our calling is this vocation and voice, this place that we're called to be a part of. And so in our life, in our vocation, and then the other place is chemistry. Chemistry is how do we fit? What's our shape? How we've been designed really to in being a trustworthy person. Is it determining those things in this sphere of being on the individual level? This is where we start before we ever get to trust. Is we are called to be trustworthy people, and that means we're people of character. It's who we are on the inside, who we be on the inside, and it's our beliefs. And it's expressed through confidence. It's how we do and how we act. These are our behaviors that are outward signs and proof of the character inside of us. Because what's inside of us will always come out, right? And then in our calling, this is our vocation and voice, and the place where we get to write our story in the next chapters that it has for us. But we want to be in a place where our purpose and vision and calling and mission in life is being expressed. And then chemistry is how we fit in our shape and our design and how we fit with other people. So this is a huge piece of what we do. So the question becomes is, are you a trustworthy person? That's at the individual level. At the next level that we're going to talk about, or the next sphere, is on the interpersonal level, which is we're going to talk about trust next. You're not going to want to miss this, because once you have this integrated into your DNA, you understand that, and you're constantly growing in that, in your character, in your competence, in your calling, and in your chemistry. As you continue to grow in root as a trustworthy person, then you can go and work with people together on an interpersonal level, and you can go to the next critical piece, which everyone wants to talk about, is trust. But before we go to trust, we want to be trustworthy people.